The debates about the fascist minimum continue to rage online, and most recently I saw someone saying, well, it's only fascism if you have a militarized citizenry and if you have some kind of declared war of conquest. And obviously this is an attempt to sort of define fascism along the lines of the Italian and German experiences of interwar. And the problem with these sort of fascist minimum definitions is that they assume that social concepts, and particularly ideology, are like natural types, almost akin to chemistry, so that you can just say, here are the core features. Say water is always H2O, and if you don't have H2O, you don't have it. But the problem with these definitions is they don't even apply well to themselves. So take the definition I just read recently. What if you say you need a militarized citizenry? Well, what about right before the citizenry militarizes? Is that movement not fascist then? Or what about if the war of conquest hasn't been declared yet? And I think the big error here is because you have to look at ideologies as living cultural traditions. And once you make that shift away from treating it akin to, say, like a chemistry concept to instead a living tradition concept, a cultural concept, then it becomes quite clear that you can have hybrids of innumerable kinds. We do this all the time with cultural phenomenon. If we go out to eat fusion cuisine, we accept that there can be a little bit of an ingredient from one cuisine, even if it's overwhelmingly something else. In other words, there can be fusion. And similarly with music, we don't expect there to be some country music minimum when listening to Taylor Swift or Post Malone. There can be a little bit of a twang or a little bit of this instrumentation or a sudden interlude that sounds like hip hop or something like this. And it's the same thing with ideology, and yet people can't seem to think in this manner and realize that ideologies can also be what I call liquid and therefore capable of hybridizing and mutation.